Hi everyone, Karen here from Beautiful Minds, hypnotherapy, transformational specialist, card reader, healer, and much, much more. I didn't do a video yesterday. There was a lot of personal things going off for me yesterday, which I've had to deal with today, which I've just come back from actually dealing with it. I don't share my personal stuff. It's my stuff, nobody else's. But suffice to say that I'm grateful for the people that have sent me healing. So before I do anything today, I thought I will just come on and do a little video. Because I've a lot of things going off at the moment with regard to frequency and vibration, and some channelings that are coming through that are explaining things in a slightly different way to what I originally understood, which is quite interesting, and probably I'll share that. I know I will definitely share it on the Mind, Body and Spirit event that I'll be talking on the 30th of July. But the first thing I want to say before, because I'm going to read these cards that I've just pulled, which are quite interesting. But the first thing I want to say before I do these cards is I wonder how much you understand about your mind. When we're talking about conscious and subconscious, I do a technique called parts therapy in my hypnotherapy practice, and to briefly explain what it is, it's about getting the both sides of the brain. I would call it personalities. We have a conflicting part and a motivating part. For the most part of our lives, part being the pun, we're living in a place of the things that we've already learnt. And we have this library that helps us to not have to think so much in regard of doing everything from scratch every time we start something again, because once we've done it once, we remember it and we place it in that library. That's what I like to call it, library. But the thing about parts therapy is that in this library, oftentimes there is a majority of memories in there that are holding us in a place of fear, of anxiety, depression, stress, and all of those things that stops us from making changes. Now we've got this motivating part that is really chomping at the bit, wanting to move forward, and it gives you little snippets of this excitement and, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna. And then we've got that conflicting part that says, yes, but how do you know it's going to work if you do it? Wouldn't you be best just staying as you are? And hey presto, that's what we do. And things go quiet for a while and we plod along, and then this unease comes in us again, because all of the time our motivating part is trying really, really hard to get you to pay attention. It's saying, I'm not happy. I need more, I need more, I need more. Until eventually these two parts of you start to fight against one another, and they stop you from even making a decision at all, and that's where anxiety starts kicking in. So what do? I have the expertise and the knowledge to be able to talk to those two parts, to try to resolve the situation and get both the motivating and conflicting part to start working together in harmony. When that happens, you are then able to move forward in your life in a more positive way and fulfill the things, these hopes, dreams and wishes that you want so badly, that the conflicting party's telling you, why would you bother? Because it might go wrong anyway. Why should you bother? But we can get the conflicting part to then realize a new role for it that works in unison, supporting the motivating part and vice versa. So that's that's another pun, of the kind of work that I do. Now, moving on to the cards, I'm only going to say it briefly because I'm trying to cut these videos down so that people don't get fed up of listening to them. So I'm sat here and I've got 2 decks out. I've got many decks, but these 2 decks I got out was, first of all, the Feminine Archangels cards. And I actually pulled out a card which is is Archangel Uriel. Archangel Uriel being the archangel that is connected with the solar plexus area, where we store fear as well as excitement and that motivation to want to move on. So the conflicting parts are kind of sitting there as well. And this card is saying success through action. So this card is asking you to start listening to that motivating part of you and start taking action. Small steps make big changes eventually, and no one says you have to do it all at once. Gosh knows that, I'm doing that as well. I'm having to, I don't, anything that I do, I don't practice, I do practice what I preach. I don't talk about these things without analysing them, understanding them and putting them into practice myself. So this card is asking you now to start looking at your successes. Look at the small things that you've succeeded in. And understand that from those small seeds, from little acorns, do big oak trees grow. And if you are willing to nurture those small seeds, there is no reason why you can't achieve what you want to achieve. Just don't try to run before you can walk. Take the baby steps. Now, the other card was quite interesting. It's another deck, which is the Divine Feminine deck. And the card is Rita of Caskia. I'll just see if you can see that card like that. Rita of Caskia. And it says the patroness of impossible causes. So these are affirmations that you can say. I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. Apologies, I haven't got my glasses on and I haven't got them with me, so I can't put them on to see. So I'm having to bring it in and out so that I can see what I'm reading. That's me all over. Anyway, so this card basically is something that I've been doing for the last few days. I am a transformational coach and a specialist, and I'm also a law of attraction practitioner, and I've got some stories that I could tell you about how I manifested things into my life, positive things, and I understand how we are manifesting the negatives as well. So I am intending doing a small free workshop at some point. I was hoping to do it by the end of the month, but I don't think I'm going to get there. But please keep your eyes peeled for something coming up in the not too distant future. And I will be talking about manifestation. I will be talking about how I manifested the things in my life, good and bad. It's not all the same, and about how to create harmony. But the interesting thing about this card, this lady, Rita of Caskia, was actually known as, let me find it, bear with me because I'm squinting to be able to see it. She had a different name, but I can't actually find it. Now I'm on the right one. No, I'm not on the right page, that's why. So I've lost the page. Bear with me, bear with me. Rita of Caskia. So she was actually known, her other name was Margherita Lotti. And she lived in Italy in round about 1381. And she was of noble parents. What was interesting was that she was associated with bees, because as a child it is said that they swarmed around her but they never stung her. Now this is really interesting because I was a beekeeper. So it's quite interesting how things start to connect together. Yes, I used to be a beekeeper and I absolutely loved it. And the bees are actually a symbol of Mary. Mary, Jesus' mum, and of the diligent work that must be done to gather honey, or the immortal sweetness of Christ. So that's what it's connected with. And strangely, my middle name is Mary. You can't make this up. But anyway, what this card is saying is that, you know, sometimes in our lives we have to learn to forgive ourselves in order to bring that sweetness back into our lives. So, you know, this card is trying to explain to you that miracles can happen, but the only way a miracle's going to happen is if you allow yourself to let go of the stuff that's holding you back, let go of those self-sabotaging thoughts, let go of the old memories that have held you in a place that's kept you trapped and feeling low and anxious. Just let it all go. If someone's hurt you, let it all go. Don't look for retribution, just let it all go. Universe sorts all that out. All you need to do is to release yourself, let go, let God, and move forward. You know, and I understand all this. I've had this happen in my own personal life, and I've had to do this releasing. When you release the obstacles, the parts of your life that are not working, when you release that need to control everything, then you open yourself to new possibilities. And forgiveness merely means letting go. It doesn't mean you've got to, you know, if somebody's really hurt, you say, well, I can't forgive them because they did this, this and this. Believe me, I have a lot of bad stuff happen to me by other people. But I learnt to forgive because I didn't want to keep feeling shackled to those people. I wanted to be free. And that's what I had to do. I also understand that forgiveness comes from within. So I'm going through a situation at the moment that with my physical body, that I understand, you know, I have to love my body and I have to be willing to forgive and nurture my body to bring it back into full alignment with my perfect health and well-being. And also reaching out to other people. I've got some amazing friends and acquaintances who are fantastic healers, and they've been so good, you know, helping me, and I really, really do appreciate it. I take everything with gratitude. So going back to these cards then, these cards are saying to you, when you get out of your own way, when you stop fighting within your head, you know, and allow that motivational part and that conflicting part to work in harmony, to work in unison with one another, miracles happen. So let's have some miracles. You deserve it. The world deserves it. If you'd like a personal reading with me, send me a message on Messenger. And, you know, let's arrange something. I'm sure you'll be, you know, very interested in how I work with charms and cards, and also about my own intuition, my own psychic abilities. So on that note, I'm going to love you and leave you. And, I'll be back again. Bye for now.